Let's continue our series, chapter 3rd, verse 36th. Atha kena prayuktah ayam papam charati purushah anichannapi varshneya balad iva niyojitah. Excellent line, excellent question. Now Arjun has re-entered the scene. Now Arjun is talking. He's asking his next question. What is he asking? He's saying, then impelled by what does a man commit this evil? Unwillingly even, O Krishna, as if urged by force. Atha, this, ken, how, prayukta, I get entangled. Ayam, this, papam, this, pap, charati, conducts. Purusha, now Purush and Purush, both are very similar words, both mean the same thing. One is Purush, the other is Purush. Anichanapi, even without his willing. Varshneya, the Vrishni clan representative is Varshneya, that is Krishna. Balad, forcefully, even Niyojitah. Niyojitah, the translator uses the word urged, but I would like to say that Niyojitah simply means he get entangled, he get involved. Somebody gets involved without his willing, forcefully. Niyojan. Niyojan means to plan also. Family planning is the word used is Parivar Niyojan in India, in Indian languages, North Indian languages. Here Niyojan has become Niyojita, past participle, which means entangled, involved, engaged in this war. Why am I being involved forcefully even without my asking? So now Krishna comes back, verse 37. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajogun samudbhavaha, mahashanaha, mahapapma, Viddhi enam iha vairinam. The enemies that Jainism takes great pride in conquering those enemies. Those who have conquered those enemies are called as Jinnah in Jainism. Jinn means not the Aladdin ka Jinn or not the Jinnah, the founder of Pakistan, but Jinn, J-I-N simply. Jinn are the one who have conquered their own enemies, such as Mahavir, such as Rishabdev, such as Bahubali, Bharat and so on. But here, we are in Krishna's context, not Jainism. But the word language used is very similar. What are the enemies? Viddhi enam ih verinam. Verinam, very. Bari piya. Devdas song. Bari is coming from very in Sanskrit. Very means enemy. What are the... So Viddhi, please know. So second person singular. He's Krishna talking to Arjun. Please note Viddhi. Viddhi comes from the same root with, which gives us the word Ved, which means to knowledge. Which means knowledge. So Viddhi here simply means know that Iha, this, Verinam, these enemies. Which are those enemies? Kama esha, Krodha, Kam, desire, Krodh, anger, Rajogun samudbhava, as they arise, the Rajasic gun that they arise, these qualities, these Rag and Dvesh, these Kam and Krodh, force somebody to get involved in all kinds of evil activities. So, the blessed Lord spoke. Blessed Lord is the translation of Bhagavan, Sri Bhagavan Uvach. But as I always remind everybody, Bhagavan is not blessed. Bhagavan is, I guess it is in a way it's blessed because Bhagavan means one who has lot of bhag. Bhag gives us the word bhagya, which means all kinds of good things. That is wealth and divine qualities and so divine qualities, let's say. So one who is himself, herself, blessed with the utmost divine qualities can bless us also. One who is fearless, one who is omniscient, one who is most powerful. All those divine qualities one who has is Bhagavan. So here it says blessed Lord, blessed. Using Christian language, I think blessed probably is the epithet used for Jesus Christ. So the same word has been used here for blessed. I would like to say simply Bhagavan should be Bhagavan, not blessed, not Lord, nothing. Bhagavan. Bhagavan Uvach, he spoke. Bhagavan spoke, and that's what did he speak? This force is desire. The force is anger. The force of anger, the force of desire is the source of the Rajas guna. Rajas, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic, the three gunas that comes from Sankhya Yoga. We'll get into more details. There is a separate chapter on the three gunas in the Bhagavad Gita later on. Voracious and greatly injurious. Mahashanaha, voracious. They consume everything. And greatly injurious, mahapapma, they make us do a lot of evil things that become injurious to our personality, to our spiritual development. Know this to be the enemy. Viddhi enam ihverinam, like I mentioned. Alright, 38th verse. Dhume na vrihate vanni yatha adarshaha malena cha yatha albane avartah garbhas tatha ten idam avratam. Beautiful line, beautiful epithets and comparison. So let's read the translation, then we'll take a deeper look. As fire is obscured by smoke, dhumen avriyate vanni. Vanni is fire, dhum is smoke. Dhum and dhumr both mean smoke. Dhumrupan, smoking. Here it is dhum. Dhum ena vriyate. Avriyate. Avriyate means to cover. Avran means cover. Avriyate means covering. Avriyate, passive voice in a sense. Vani, fire is covered by smoke. As fire is obscured by smoke. Mirror by dust. Yatha adarshaha malenacha. Excellent word. Nobody could ever imagine that mirror can be called as adarsh. How? Adarsh is ideal, right? But here, mirror is adarsh. Why? Darsh, when our eyes look at something. Adarsh, when something else looks at our eyes. So mirror is looking at us. We look at mirror, mirror looks at us. So Sanskrit, beautiful language that it is. If you prefix a verb with as prefix, it changes the direction. I mentioned in the last time also. Gam to go, agam to come. Ya means to go, aya means to come. Darsh means to see, adarsh means to be seen by a mirror. So yatha adarshaha malenacha. Mala is the all kinds of pollutants, all kinds of dirt. Just as a mirror is covered by dirt. Yatha albena avratah garbhas. My God. Garbhas is the womb. So embryo is enveloped by membrane. Look at the advanced biological knowledge Krishna is showing in the Bhagavad Gita. All kinds of coverings are being compared. Tatha ten idam avratam. So intellect is obscured by passion. It is not exactly clear if it is intellect, referring to intellect or passion. It simply says tatha ten idam avratam. This is covered by that. Most likely it is, yeah, because the reference is for intellect and passion. And so rag and dvesh basically cover our intellect. So we end up doing evil things, right? Rag and dvesh, kam and krodh, as mentioned in the previous line. Beautiful comparisons, and I really like that embryo is enveloped by membrane. This is talking about deep biological information knowledge that Krishna is inserting in between deep philosophical knowledge. Now 39th verse, chapter 3. Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena cha. So, amazing comparison. Like once again, so let's read the translation. O Arjuna, the knowledge even of the wise one is obscured. Avritam jnanam etena. Knowledge is covered by these things. Again, once again, by this eternal enemy. What is the eternal enemy? Rag and dvesh, kam and krodh, as he mentioned. By this eternal enemy. Having the form of desire, kam, which is an insatiable fire. This fire can never be extinguished. This fire is always burning. Dushpuren analena cha. Analen, by the fire. Anal is fire. Anil is wind. Anil and anal, those two are different words, separate words. Anil is fire. Davanal is wildfire in forest. Anil is wind. But anal is fire. Okay, so Avratam, Dhyanam. Okay, Dhyanam, I am using a Marathi pronunciation here. Dhyanam. In North India, it becomes Gyanam. In Gujarat, it becomes Gnanam. Maharashtra, it becomes Jnanam. I think the most precise, probably closest to Sanskrit is Marathi pronunciation, in my opinion. I could be wrong. But I prefer Marathi pronunciation, Dhyanam, for North Indian Gyanam or Gujarati Gnanam. Alright. 40th, verse 40, chapter 3. Indriyani mano buddhihi asya adhishthanam uchyate etaihi vimoha yatyesha jnanam avratya dehinam. The senses, the mind, the intellect. So indriyani manaha buddhihi are said to be its abode. What's abode? The passions, again, right? Asya adhishthanam uchyate. So the station of these things are the senses, the mind, and the intellect. With these, it confuses the embodied one. There is a soul behind our senses, mind, and intellect, but it is obscured by these passions and these kam and krodh. Right? Obscuring this knowledge. Jnanam avratya dehinam. Dehinam. Dehi is soul. Soul is referred as Dehi here. That is the embodied one, more literally embodied one, which is our true being, true self, is our soul, Atman. But Atman is obscured by senses, Atman is obscured by all these passions which are residing in our senses, our mind and intellect. Indriyas, our manaha and buddhi. Okay, 41st verse, 3rd chapter. Tasmat tvam indriyani adau niyamya bhartashava papmanam prajahi hi enam jnana vidnyana nashanam. Therefore, restraining the senses, tasmat tvam indriyani adau, from the beginning itself. First, oh Arjun, first, in the beginning, adau. Adi and ant, right? Adi and ant, beginning and end. So, adau, from the beginning, in the beginning itself, tasmat, therefore, tvam, you, niyamya, control your senses, regulate your senses, right? Restraining your senses, right? Papmanam prajahi hi enam, kill this evil demon, prajahi. Prajahi, praja, it sounds like progeny, but here prajahi is to kill, to destroy. It comes from han root, han, which gives us hunting in English. Hunt, hunting, hunt and hunt, they are connected. That hunt root has been taken here to mean prajahi is to kill it, to destroy it. Papmanam prajahi hi enam. Please kill it. Not please, but just kill it. Jnana vidnyana nashanam, which destroys knowledge and discrimination. Dhyan and vidyan. Dhyan is knowledge, vidyan is discrimination, nashanam, it's a bahuvrihi samas, right? It's all combined together, so many words they've combined. Dhyan, vidyanam, vidyana nashanam, knowledge and discrimination destroying. That passion, calm and krodh, they destroy knowledge and discrimination. So you take care of this ancient enemy, this eternal enemy in the beginning itself by controlling, restraining your senses, controlling your senses, controlling your mind and intellect. That is how you control these eternal enemies. 42nd verse. Indriyani paranyahur indriyebhyah param manaha manasastu para buddhir yu buddhehe paratastu saha. So, now beyond senses, so they say that the senses are superior. Indriyani parani ahur. The mind is superior to the senses. Indriyebhyah param manaha. Indriyebhyah, from the senses, param, supreme, is manaha, mind. Right? Then, moreover, the intellect is superior to the mind. Manasastu para buddhir. Intellect is beyond mind. And finally, yu buddhe paratastusa. That which is superior to the intellect is the self. Amazing hierarchy Krishna has drawn here, which matches with the mental science, the inner sciences mentioned in the Yoga Sutra and Buddhism and many others, many other traditions of India, where they say that mind is beyond the senses, right? Then intellect is beyond mind. But soul, your true self, is beyond your intellect also. Right? So once again, they say that the senses are superior, but the mind is superior to the senses, intellect is superior to the mind, and that which is superior to intellect is the self. So self, that is your soul, your atma, your true being, is beyond your senses, your body, mind and intellect. Beyond all that is your true self. And the last verse of chapter 3 now, 43rd verse. Evam buddhehe param buddhva sanstabhyatmanam atmana. Sanstabhyatmanam atmana, long word. Jahi shatru mahabaho kam rupam durasadam. Thus, having known that which is higher than the intellect. So you need to know that which is higher than intellect, your true self, through your intellect. It is beyond intellect, but the only instrument that you can employ to reach that highest being within you, your true Atman, you can reach it through only intellect, because that's your only. Through intellect, you have to discard intellect in the end, but you have to reach yourself, your Atman, through intellect. Right? Sanstabhyatman atmana. Sustaining the self by the self. It is sustained by self. Jahi shatru mahabaho. Kill the enemy. Once again. Jahi means to kill. Shatru. This is this shatrum, accusative. Mahabaho. Kam rupam durasadam, which has the form of desire and is difficult to conquer. Kam rupam, form of desire. Durasadam, very difficult to conquer, but you have to conquer to be able to get to your true self. that completes chapter 3rd, yoga of action or karma yoga. So you have to perform karma, but Krishna is really preaching about how to control your mind, because karma yoga with attachment, with desire, with anger is not karma yoga. Karma yoga has to be done without anger, without desire, without rag, without dvesh. All those enemies have to be controlled by restraining the senses, and then the action, when it is performed as an offering to the highest Brahman, highest transcendental phenomenon, then it becomes karma yoga, and that is how Krishna defines karma yoga. So we'll now conclude chapter 3rd and we start chapter 4th from next time. Thank you.